With everything that's going on right now with the bar raid in Philadelphia on an LGBT bar and with all the anti-trans legislation and rhetoric, here are 6 books that I think everyone should read. This book is Gay by Juno Dawson is a frequently challenged book in public school libraries. This is not an exhaustive guide, but I do think it's a good place to start for teenagers. The Jungle by Upton Sinclair is my only non-LGBT recommendation on this list. This book is all about what happens when you exploit immigrants and also when you leave industries like the meat industry unregulated. Although I really want you to take the socialist messages instead of the ew, meat used to be gross message. Stone Butch Blues by Leslie Feinberg is a fictionalized story about a butch lesbian coming to terms with things. It's very similar to me to Tipping the Velvet by Sarah Waters, but they are in different time periods, obviously by different authors. But this is a really good book to understand how transness and being butch can intertwine. Surpassing the Love of Men by Lillian Faderman is an examination of romantic friendships and LGBT love, like between women. This book I highly recommend because there's a lot about the laws of how certain sex acts for lesbians and queer women were illegal. A lot of people know about the anti-sodomy laws, but they don't know that it used to be illegal to either 1, impersonate a man, or 2, to use any kind of phallic object. The Stonewall Reader, put together by the New York Public Library, is a collection of stories and other things in the beginning from before Stonewall, and then firsthand accounts and other articles and such from after Stonewall in 1969. Accounts of how the Stonewall riots took place and their opinions on it while it was going on. The Last Night at the Telegraph Club tells a story about 2 Chinese American lesbians in the 1950s in the bar scene. This will go well with some of the other books I suggested once you have an understanding of what the bars were like back in the 1950s. Finally, The Lavender Scare, The Cold War Persecution of Gays and Lesbians in the Federal Government by David Johnson. This is a very important book to be reading because it shows how the federal government used to have a lot of gay people working for it because of the New Deal, but then Republicans came in and fear-mongered and created a separate Red Scare in order to get gays and lesbians out of their federal working positions by intimidating them and persecuting them for their sexuality.